as long as they are feeding them, they're feeding them the right things, and they're influencing them. And again, I say, as a man thinketh, so is he.
Amen.
Amen. Reverend Clark?
Yes, sir.
What are your thoughts?
Well, ditto. I'm in step, and I say, I can't say any more than what's already been said. I'm in agreement, and sure like we said earlier, we need all hands on deck. The church, community, our police officers, our fraternal organizations, our sororities. We need everybody to participate and make this happen. What someone said is that we need our young people's input, and which is true, we do. But when we look back, when we were coming along, we didn't give a whole lot of input. Our parents do what we were going to do, and where they are, how they're thinking, and how we can make sure that they get steered in the right direction for their transition into adulthood and leadership. So, yeah, we have our work cut out for us.
And I think more than ever before, these young people right now are ready, okay, for something to come along, okay. Because one of the things through our blockchain academy, we also work with the universities, also the HBCUs. Because I made a commitment, okay, that we're about 100, 305 of those. That we're going to get each one of those a scholarship, okay, and some of those scholarships could come. We'll put our kids in those schools, where they'll be able to learn about their history and what have you. And like I say, you don't know where you're going to, you know where you've been, and that's the thing that right now, young people, they're thirsting, I should say, for information, more so than we were when we were kids.
One thing this young generation can tell now that perhaps we couldn't back then when we were kids is people who are sincere and people who are not.
Yeah. Chuck, one of the things, okay, that with the Dell computers, okay, and all those things, those are areas, okay. And I know also that talking to Melinda, one of our members down in Georgia, whereas Microsoft also wants to reach out, and I'm not sure that they're more concerned about the next generation, of people, get involved because they are more tax savvy than the older people are, but they are our future.
Yeah.
Well, that's an excellent point, and I am aware of the Microsoft thing. But I think what we could do here, this group of leadership and thought, is we're going to connect the dots. And if you have youth within your congregation, that's one thing. But we're going to also do the outreach. And then if you put these pieces of the puzzle on the table, pieces that we have links in the chain, so the educational component, the vocational element, and just the cultural, social, and academic pieces will be there. Part of it, I think, too, is going to the input. But if we put a smorgasbord layout of options and opportunities, we'll let everybody pick where they fit or what they enjoy. I mean, we have a sports component. Some of these people they want to talk to some professional athletes or understand the process where they're going, or those that are prospects. We bring them all together. In management, sport, and there's other things like in healthcare, vocational type stuff with mental health facilities. I mean, just being able to come out and talk to somebody, or maybe some of these corporations want to hear more about what it's like. Where they're trying to sell to them or trying to provide products to that demographic, then we can set up some opportunities to talk to the companies.
Chuck, the two things come to mind here, on the medical here in the hospital system here in the St. Louis area, in St. Missouri, I should say. And I have an excellent relationship with them because they've been guests of our show. You recall some years ago, we had had to live them on for a couple of months, okay? So that's something shift with them because they've been guests of our show. You recall some years ago, we had to live them on for a couple of months, okay? So that's something that, kind of link into because I know they want to reach out to the things that you mentioned about fishing derby, right? Actually, matter of fact, today in Kansas City, Canyon Wayne, and also Carl Price.
Price. Okay, I'm sorry.
He's in Kansas City today, and they have a fishing derby in Kansas City. One I mentioned you guys, we had here in a
Amen.
So right now, Chuck, I know you kind of came in on the tail end here, but one thing we're going to do here is be respectful of time here. So right now, let's let Reverend Crumpton start off here. Give me your thoughts, Reverend, in 30 seconds, what your thoughts of the program today. Clyde? Reverend Clyde? Reverend Clyde, you there? Well, Reverend Brown, can you hear me?
I sure can.
What are your thoughts of today's program?
Well, I think it's very important to recognize that we have a problem and that we're coming up with some solutions for it. Again, I say that time is growing short and we've got to come up with some national solutions because our people are leaving us too quickly and they're leaving us without exploring their potential and their potentials. So the sooner that we can get this going, the better for all.
Okay, well, if we lost Reverend Clyde there, he had, he had some,
Sure.
No, but right now, Chuck, Reverend Lyles, what are your thoughts?
Everything is going to come down plain.
That's right.
Okay, well, good luck, Chuck. What are your thoughts as you have the last couple of minutes here to end us out here? What's going on the national level also?
Well, this is the core, the crux. This is the the primary colors of what we're experiencing. I mean, we got to go back to the roots of it, and the leadership is kind of like up for grabs in terms of we just come with a good quality, solid offering, and it's for whoever wants to take advantage of it. But we're seeing, I haven't heard as much talk ever in my lifetime about Jesus is coming, the resurrection day, all these things. There's more people talking about that they know, and there's some philosophy or something that charts and all that kind of stuff said that is due for like 2023 or something like that. But there's a lot of talk. There's a lot of concern. There's a lot of and this might be at the time because I was horrified that the pandemic had no sensitivity for religion, for churches, for kids continuing your spirituality. A lot of churches a turbo boost to get back to maybe getting things going and intrinsic values. So I just say thank you, and we're going to keep going. On the hour, I'm just going to add to that for anybody that happen to be listening, might be in the Chicago area, we have our corporate cruise on Thursday coming to this week in Chicago. We're going to be with a lot of these types of companies like Dell and Microsoft, a few of these people, and we're going to tell them we got some things in the works for them. But I'd like to propose that we have a national meeting or at least begin it right there in with the Missouri Black Chamber and somewhere between St. Louis and Kansas City, and we start making an outreach and invite some celebrity or iconic type people that represent these other areas or parts of our society.
That'd be ideal because we're working right now in Jeff City and in Columbia, Missouri, and that's where we're working right now. Also, I said today we also had planned to have Bishop Ellis But today, this weekend is his 35th anniversary for his church. You know, he celebrated 35 years. So right now he was tired of, but he did with us in his